Hey everyone, it's Adri here, and I would like to welcome you back to my little corner of the internet, Adri's Corner. If you're into cash budgeting, cash stuffings, lifestyle videos, vlogs, clean with me type of videos, then you have met your gal. Just go ahead and stick around and see if you like this video, and if you would be so inclined to subscribe once you're done watching, if you end up liking my personality, that is. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and hop right in. Alrighty, so as always, we're going to be starting with how much we have brought in for the week, and that will be $311.73 from my actual position, my actual job. Oop, I wrote it in the wrong spot. Already off to a wrong start. Let's cross that out. That's $311.73, and that is from the part-time. And then I was also able to do Uber Eats and DoorDash for a little bit. It wasn't that much time that I spent on it, but I had a little bit of a free time. So with that, I can just put side hustle. And I made $32.02 because I wanted to withdraw it in time to be able to film this video to show that that was also extra income. I ended up having to pay a withdrawal fee, which I don't like doing, and that took off $1.99 from DoorDash and 50 cents from Uber Eats. So the $32.02 minus the $2.49, basically, it left me with $29.53. So I'm going to go ahead and add up these two incomes right here and see what the total is. That's $311.73 plus $29.53. And that gives us $341.26. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and move on to the expenses of this upcoming week. And there are 4 in total. First one's going to be the gym, and that's $26.74. Next one is going to be car insurance, and that's going to be $195.04. Next one is going to be basically a service that I got done for my brakes. I ended up making a payment plan with that, so we're going to go ahead and put that in there too. And I just put it as Toyota Serve since it was a service that was done at Toyota. And that's $25.76 that it's split up to each month. Oh, I'm mistaken. It's only 3. I think I ended up thinking that it was 4 because I had my Midland that was also due this past week, but I had already separated that money the last pay period. So we're all set. We have these 3 expenses. So let's go ahead and add up this total, subtract that from the remaining, well, subtract that from the total income, and then get our remaining. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so if I add up those 3 expenses, it comes up to $247.54. Actually, let me double check that just to make sure I added it correctly. Yes, $247.54. So now let's go ahead and minus this from the total income. And that leaves us with $93.72. Alrighty, perfect. So now we're going to move on to my cash dividers, or cash envelopes as some people like to call them. This is basically the spending money that I spend throughout the week if you're new here. So let me go ahead and write the categories, play the theme song, and I'll be right back. Play the theme song. Alrighty. I had a little bit of a brain fart there because I forgot the categories for a second, but I caught myself. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and divvy up this $93.72 among these different categories over here and see how much we have remaining afterwards. So for toiletries, I'm going to give myself 0 because I don't need to add on anything. I think I had like $5 left over from dipping into my savings challenges, and that's just a whole nother conversation we're going to have on its own. So let's go ahead and move forward. So for gas, that's gonna get 30 per usual. It's usually 35, but I can go ahead and get away with adding just 30 this week. So let me go ahead and write that down. And that's gonna be a 20 and a 10. Groceries is gonna get a little bit of an odd number this week. It's going to get 24. And that is because I ended up dipping into my savings challenge again, and I had a little bit of a buffer, so I still have that amount left over within my tabs, within my cash dividers. So I just need to add on 24 just to round it up to the usual 30 that I give myself, or around 30 that I give myself each week. So this week we're gonna do 24. So that's going to be divvied up with a 10, 2 5s, and 4 $1 bills. And then for Fur Baby, she's gonna get her usual 15. So that's gonna be, oops, I meant to put that here, a 10 and a 5, but this is gonna be 15. All right, eating out is getting 0. Spending is getting 0, and then blessings, unfortunately, is getting 0. So now let's go ahead and add up these 3 over here, get the total, and minus that from the 93.72 to see how much we have remaining. You know how we do this by now. So we have 30 plus 24 plus 15, and that gives us 69. So now if we minus the 69 from the 93.72, we're gonna see how much we have remaining. Ooh. Actually, I think I just made a mistake. I should have added something else to spending because I actually have to replace a headlight. So that's supposed to be a $15 bill that's added here. So let me just double check. Yes, I wrote that on my notes because I have like a little scrap paper where I kind of pre-jot a budget, and then the day of, when I'm actually doing my budget on camera, I just see if there's anything I need to switch around. So yeah, I completely forgot about that. I need to add 15 to spending. So it's not 0. And this was just gonna be a 10 and a 5. So let's add these 4, then get the total, and then minus to get the remaining amount. So let me go ahead and cross this out. So we have 30 plus 24 plus 15 plus 15, and that gives us 84 as the total. And let's minus the 84 from the 93.72. Minus 84, that leaves us with 972. I might as well just put it right here. It's chicken scratchy. Alrighty, so now we get to move on to the savings challenges, the savings challenges, the savings challenges. We got some news today, the savings challenges. Okay, so when it comes to my savings challenge, it has definitely been a challenge. I didn't want to dip into my savings challenge at the beginning of the year, but because life keeps on lifing, I have to keep on dipping into it. And I am super duper behind with the amounts that I wasn't able to stuff during the designated weeks, as well as having to dip into it. So now my fund is getting lower and lower and lower. So I think what I've decided to do is just go ahead and stop actively trying to pursue the savings challenge. Pretty much if I can add to it, I'll add to it. If I can't, I can't. But I am just looking to start fresh next year and starting the savings challenges over again and seeing if I can accomplish them. But right now I'm just not going to give myself the added pressure of feeling bad that I'm not able to keep up with the savings challenges how it was meant to be. So yeah, that's pretty much the news on that. But I am adding to the Multiply My Savings. It's pretty much just going to be like a guiding tool now for me throughout the end of the year. If I can stuff that week, I can. If I can't, then I can't. So I hope all that makes sense. But yeah, with all that said, I'm just going to put that for my Multiply My Savings. I'm going to be adding $6. So that's for the last 2 weeks. So multiplier salve, I'm going to put multiplier salve again. And the reason why I was able to do those 2 past weeks, including this week, is because it amounts to $6. So let me go ahead and show you. Okay, so for the last two, it was 2 times 1, which is 2, and 2 times 2, which is 4. So that's going to give us 6. And as you can see, everything that's highlighted is stuff that I've had to take out for different emergencies that have come up. And then the blue ones are the ones that I haven't really been able to stuff because I was behind, or I didn't have enough to stuff those during the weeks that I was paid. So as you can see, there's a lot missing. So it kind of became a little discouraging, and I had to be a little bit realistic with myself and just tell myself, if I'm not able to do it this year, it's completely fine. It's my first time trying to budget and do this debt journey and budgeting journey on camera, and then it's my first time trying to do savings challenges at the same time. So I just have to give myself a little bit of grace. So if I can do them, I can. If I can't, I can't again. So yeah, so for this week, I'm doing the week 37 and week 38. So we're gonna go ahead and put 4 right here into right here. And that's gonna be 4 $1 bills and 2 $1 bills. So let's go ahead and add up these two, minus it from the 972 to see how much we have left over for our buffer, and then get my total and see if we reached a zero-based budget. So let's go ahead and do that. So we have 4 and 2, that's 6. So let's do 6 minus 972 from the remaining from the other category. And we have 372 left over. So that's going to be the buffer. So now if I add up these three, they should reach 972, which will give me a zero-based budget. So let's see. So 372 plus 4 plus 2 gives us 972 as the total, which gives us the zero-based budget. So we are good to go with that. And now let's go ahead and go through each category, see how much of each denomination see how much of each denomination I need, go to the bank, get the shmoney in a cheddar, and I'll get right back here to stuff it. So let's go ahead and look through each category. For these three, I don't need to withdraw anything. For this section, I need one $20 bill. So let's go ahead and put a tally for that. For tens, I know I need a little bit more of those. I need 1, 2, 3, 4 tens. So let's put 4 tallies and put a number 4. So for fives, I need, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 fives. So let's go ahead and put 4 tallies and put a number 4 here. And then for ones, I need a couple of ones this week. So we have 4 ones over here, 4 ones over here, that gives us 8, and then 2 more ones, that gives us 10 ones. So we got a couple of tallies. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that gives us 10. So now what I'm gonna do, as always, get a little piece of paper, write these numbers down here, go to the bank, get that shmoney, and I'll get right back to you guys. So let's do it. Alrighty, so we are back from the bank, so let's go ahead and get to stuffing. But as always, before we can stuff, we got to unstuff. So let's go ahead and see if we have any coins for Callie the Coin Collector and Mr. Banks the Copper King. So let's go ahead and see if we have any coins, which I know we do. And I also have some receipts that I need to fetch. If you don't know about Fetch, it's an app where you can go ahead and scan your receipts. Those receipts turn into points, which accumulate to gift cards. So as always, I'm gonna have my description. I can't speak today. So as always, I'm going to have my link in the description box where you can go ahead and download the app, scan your first receipt, and when you do that, you receive 2,000 points and I receive 2,000 points. So if you guys are new here watching this video and you don't know about Fetch, get on it because it can save you in times of need. It has saved me, so yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and move my dividers over here and get some of these coins that are in here. Okay, so I am gonna continue doing the coin challenge because it's easy enough. So yeah, so we have a couple of coppers. And then we have a couple of silvers to go into Callie. Alrighty, so these are all stuffed. And now we're gonna go on to the cash dividers. I can just move my wallet out of the way too. Alrighty, so we have our cash dividers here, and we have our money here, and we're gonna be stuffing $90 this week. And again, I forgot to write it down. I always forget. So total to withdraw this week is 90. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and count this money to make sure I wasn't gypped from the bank. So we have 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, and 90. So we weren't gypped from the bank, but I was gypped on the placement of this money. Stuff is backwards, forward. So let me go ahead and divvy out this money, lay it out flat, and I'll come right back. I'm gonna go ahead and play the theme song. I'll be right back. Play it. Alrighty, perfect. So we have everything all divided up and facing the same direction. So let's go ahead and go through each divider and stuff it. So for toiletries, as I said before, I dipped into my savings challenge and I think I took a 10 or 12 bucks out of there. And I know I said I was good on toiletries, but I completely forgot that I needed to re-up on like my feminine products because, you know, Aunt Flo was coming around and she came around and I was unprepared. So I had to run to Target, and I like to use the, I guess you could call them the organic type of feminine products, ones that don't really have chemicals in it. And those cost a little bit more. So yeah, I have $5 left over because I wasn't able to find my body wash that I usually use. It's by the Up and Up brand. It's cheap and it's pretty much an Aveeno replacement. So I have that $5 left over there. And that's the only thing I need to buy for toiletries. So I'm good for that. Gas is going to get 30 per usual, and that's going to be the 20 and the 10. Oop. So that's 20 and 30. Groceries is getting 24, I said, so that was going to be a 10, 2 5s, and 4 1s. So that is 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. And that number came about because it was from my weekly income as well as the Uber Eats DoorDash. I was able to add a little bit more from that. And then I had the 10 that was from the savings challenges yet again. So now within the groceries divider, I have 10, 20, 25, 30. Ooh, I have a little bit more then, which is not bad because inflation is whooping my butt. So the extra $4 will definitely help. So 10, 20, 25, 30, 31, 32, 33, and 34. So we should have a good little bit to work with. Fur Baby is getting her usual 15, and that's going to be a 10 and a 5, so 10, 15. Eating out, like I said before, is not a blessings, not a tips, nothing. And I don't have a spending tab, but I'm just going to put this behind tips because I need to get my headlight. It has been way overdue, and I'm just going to go over to AutoZone and get one over there. So we have 10, 15 for that. I think I saw online that it was $14, and with tax it should be able to take up the whole 15. So we're good there. And that is it for me cash dividers. So let me go ahead and grab my wallet and place them in the back like so. And we are all stuffed and ready to tackle the rest of the week. And now we have the leftovers for the savings challenges. I should be left over with 6, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that is correct. We have 4 for one of the weeks and 2 for another week. So let me go ahead and grab my savings challenge binder as well as my bill folder. So let's grab that. I said bill folder, bill binder. It's both and it's a one. So let me go ahead and go to my multiply my savings. See, I have so many notes in here for like kind of like IOUs. So let me go ahead and add up the 4 and the 2. And I might do something crazy here. Should I go ahead and add up everything that I have left over? I'm kind of curious to see how much I have left over. Oh. Or should I do that in a separate video? I'm kind of tempted to count it all out now. I think I might count it all out now. So let's do it. Or should I wait for the end of the year? I think I'm hesitant on counting it now because I think if I count it all now, then I'm really ending the like trying hard aspect to kind of stick to the savings challenge. It officially makes it like lackadaisical, I guess you can say. I don't know how to explain it properly, but like it doesn't have as much pressure on it anymore if I count it all now. Actually, all right, so I'm gonna end up counting it, but I'm gonna upload it into a separate video. So for this video, you probably won't see it, but on my next one, quickly after it, you'll be able to see how much I was able to save. So yeah, I'm gonna count it out, but you probably won't see it in this video. So I'm gonna move on to the outro. Alrighty, so there you have it. Another day, another cash stuffing. So if you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you're interested in seeing how much I was able to save with the savings challenges, or at least what's left of it, go ahead and stay tuned. Turn that notification bell on so you're alerted as to when I post that video and all my other videos. I realized that I never actually say that in my outro. So if you would be so kind to go ahead and turn those notifications on so you're alerted as to when I post. And if you like my personality and you like the community that I'm building around here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate that, as I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers, and maybe on a whim before the end of the year, if I can reach 1K, that would be amazing. But I definitely have the goal of reaching 500. So if you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And as always, stay grateful, stay motivated, and grab your little bits and pieces of happiness from wherever you can. And I will see you right back here in my little corner of the internet, Adri's Corner. Bye, guys.